Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Shout out to my man Demo over there. Wanted to talk about Jesse Hart because recently had a big win, and shout out to my man Paul in the background. I wanted to talk about Jesse Hart because he had a big win recently. I wouldn't say it was a big win because he fought some random guy on the undercard of Gilberto Ramirez, Habib Hamed. And in that fight, he got an impressive first round stoppage. I can't remember the guy who we fought, but it was a stay busy fight, kind of a fight to rebuild himself back up after the Gilberto Ramirez loss. But he recently came out, and your man Jesse Hart coming out, and he's saying that, look, I'm not impressed with the World Boxing Super Series at 168. He basically said it was a joke. So he basically saying that this tournament, which has brought many of the top fighters in the weight class together, is a joke. And he gave his explanation why. Here's what Jesse Hart had to say in regards to that. He said, I quote, absolutely not, because it's a joke. I mean, that tournament is really a joke. I don't want to look at it seriously. I don't think America should look at that tournament as a legitimate tournament. He then went off by explaining his points. He said, first off, how is Caleb Smith, who's supposed to fight Anthony Durrell for the WBC Super Middleweight Championship, how do you give up fighting for the championship of the world to fight in the tournament? Then he goes on by saying, people don't look at the details. You put a gimmick on there. You put a guy whose father was good, Chris Eubank. You put him in there. Then you got a guy like Rob Brant, who nobody even damn heard of. You throw him in there from the U.S. to try to make it look like we came over to the U.S. to get somebody, but y'all didn't come to my doorstep. Y'all didn't go to Mexico to get Gilberto Ramirez. Y'all don't get the top guys. Y'all got the top guys in Britain to sell, the Commonwealth champions, and George Groves basically still declining, but because of the wars that he's been in. And you look at the Badou Jack fight, and that took a lot out of George Groves. So he ain't got much to give, but he got the belt, so he can sell tickets. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what it is there. And then he went on by saying, why didn't they get all these other super middleweights? Why did they only get a certain selected few? They just threw something together fast, and that's what really happened. End quote. Now, let me preface everything I'm going to say by saying that for any of you guys who have been following me on my channel for the last couple of years, that I have made, basically Jesse Hart is an American prospect that, in my opinion, I don't think Jesse Hart has lived up to any of the hype he received. He had a fight a couple of years ago. He fought Deshaun Johnson, a gatekeeper. Damn near got knocked out in that fight. Then he finally got his big fight with Gilberto Ramirez that he was calling. Had a decent showing, but didn't get the W. So Jesse Hart has not fulfilled his potential, and for him to say that the tournament is a joke, like, I get where he's coming from. Like, I can't speak on if whether or not he got the call or Gilberto got the call. I can't really speak on that. What I can speak on is the fact that the tournament has been everything but a joke for boxing. I mean, if anything, I would say this: I think the tournament has been a breath of fresh air for boxing, not just in the super middleweight division, but especially in the cruiserweight division, because boxing, oftentimes, it lacks organization. It lacks, the top guys fighting each other. And I'm not saying that everybody who's at 168 in the tournament, especially at 168, is a top guy. They don't have David Benavidez. They don't have Gilberto Ramirez. They don't have himself. They don't have Caleb Plant, who I think is a top guy. There's a lot of top guys that probably aren't in that tournament. But I'm sure there's a reason. And who's to say that after the tournament, Jesse Hart can't get one of these guys, or Gilberto can't get one of these guys. I know Gilberto called out one of the guys, but I don't think he really wants to fight those guys, to be honest with you. So that being said, I don't know. I feel like Jesse Hart, from what I've heard, and I'm gonna be honest with Jesse Hart. Like, I've heard his opinions on boxing before, and sometimes he just be saying like really outlandish things, man. Like Jesse Hart, I remember he always tried to discredit Golovkin, and he tried to discredit a lot of other fighters, and sometimes he's on the ball, so he's hit or miss with his boxing opinions, in my opinion. So, as far as the tournament goes, maybe Jesse. I'm just throwing this out there because I know Jesse Hart watched one of my videos one time and he commented on it. Now, maybe they didn't call you, Jesse. I'm just throwing this out there. Maybe they didn't call you not because you were an American. Maybe they didn't call you because they figured, hey, this guy just lost to Gilberto Ramirez. He's not really a top guy. He's not viewed that way. There's no point for him to be in the tournament because right now, Jesse, that's probably what the consensus view from their perspective is on you, is that you're not a top guy, that you aren't, someone that, you won't their first option. So that's why they didn't call you. And then as for Gilberto, as my main man boxing comments I don't know his channel, Boxing KO comments, whatever his name is. He was getting on me the other day on my Gilberto Ramirez video in the comments because he was saying that I didn't bring up the fact that Gilberto was injured. So if that is true, if Gilberto was injured, then maybe that's why they didn't put Gilberto in the tournament. So you have that there. So yeah, man. I mean, as far as this whole tournament goes, it's been great over there because you have guys fighting consistently. You know, you got guaranteed dates. You know, I know they don't have a TV deal in America, but they have a TV deal in Europe, and they're getting consistent exposure over there, so they get a chance to stay active. You know, build their profile as a fighter up over there, and can just continue to elevate their career. And I know Jesse probably don't see it that way, but I mean, that's just what it is. And while I'm talking about Jesse Hart, like, look, man, like, you got a lot of talent, but you gotta get moving, man. Like, you lost to Gilberto. It took you a while to get that fight. You beat this one guy. I don't remember the guy's name, but you fought on Gilberto's undercard. So you look good in that fight. Good win there. But like, you got a lot of work to do as a fighter, my friend. Like Jesse Hart, 6'3". What are you, 6'3" at middleweight? Like, you should have one of the better jabs. You should have one of the better jabs in boxing with that kind of height, with that kind of reach. You should have one of the better jabs in boxing. And I feel like, your skill set ain't where it should be. I feel like your skill set isn't where it should be. So, hopefully, I'm rooting for you. You're one of the American fighters, prospects that, you know, I don't even want to call you a prospect anymore because you fought for a world title. You're one of the American fighters in general that I want to see win. So hopefully, moving forward this year, you keep doing that. But I think, like, to say that, they got Rob Brandt, who nobody heard of. Well, Rob Brandt threw his name in the hat. Rob Brandt said, "Hey, I'm not a 160 pound, but you know what? I'll put my name in the hat. I'll enter the tournament." And guess what? He was an undefeated guy. He went on the road. He fought a two-time world champion in Jürgen Brähmer. You know, didn't come out on top. But look, guy challenged himself. I didn't hear you nor Gilberto when the tournament was being formulated. I didn't hear none of you say. And if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments, Jesse, or someone forward me an article. If I'm wrong, you know, forward me to an article or some quotes before the tournament started where you guys express interest in it, because I really don't remember seeing anything. And that's just what it is. But that's the news. Jesse Hart coming off of a win, and he's pretty much saying that, you know, he's not impressed with the World Box Super Series and that they call him out, and Americans should have taken it seriously. I take the tournament seriously because unlike Super 6, which they did a couple years ago when Andre Ward was at 168, this tournament, the organization of it, the production of it has been night and day difference. You know, it's just been a much better difference. You don't have guys pulling out. The tournament runs like tournament. There's not, you know, there's not guys getting advantage more than the other, and that's what I like about the tournament. You know, and it's allowed us to see, in my opinion, some of the best matchups we've seen in boxing over the last year and some change. You know, especially not as much as at super middleweight, because in the super middleweight division there just aren't as many great fighters as there is at cruiserweight. But at cruiserweight, oh my God, that tournament's been fantastic. So, yeah, that's the news. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. Like I said in every video, my name is Brendan Taylor, and you can love me, you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Danius. So until next time, take care, guys.